Warning, warning, this video will be gruesome for some, so just watch out if you watch it. That means you.
So today the hair is not done. It was mom day, messy bun day, and I felt it was only proper to leave something undone for this video because today we are talking about, can we guess by the title, labor and delivery. Girls, this is real. This ish is, it, like my bun is real. It is real. I'm going to try to get pictures linked into this, but I've struggled trying to do that, so we'll do our best. But April 9th, 2016 was the day of my shower, my baby shower. I think I was 39 weeks, and I was ready. I was like, I want this baby out of me. But, my sister was planning on coming up, she lives in Florida, coming up to New York for like a whole month to be here with me when the baby was born. It was beautiful. It was a little bit chilly. It was like a spring day. It was beautiful. That day ended up being amazing. Everybody showed up. An immense amount of people showed up. People that I didn't expect to show up. And that was huge. I was like, now my sister's here. She can come whenever. I don't care as long as, we made it to the shower. We were afraid that I was going to go into labor before the shower. So all in all, the shower went amazing. It went planned perfectly. Everything was the way it should have been, except for the cake. But that, was a story in itself. I was a pregnant hormonal little girl and was freaking out that my cake was the wrong colors. I was being a drama queen about it. But we paid like $50 for the cake. I expected it to be right. And, on the piece of paper, it said pink. She gave me a purple cake. And it wasn't like a pretty purple, like my eyes purple. It was like, it was so dark. Anyway. Well, move on. I'm bitter, guys. I'm so bitter. That day we get home, we bring, like 8 trips of cars full of gifts back to my apartment. My mom and my sister were the only 2 there with me, and we were hanging out in the house, and so we decided to FaceTime my brother, who at the time lived in North Carolina. We're sitting and talking, and all of a sudden I just feel this really sharp pain, and it wasn't like, so if you ever had a period, it almost felt like a cramp like that, but during my pregnancy I had never felt anything like that before, and it felt like it was almost sharp shooting more than it was crampy. So I just went, and we were on FaceTime with my brother, and he was like, "You're right," and I was like, "Yeah, I just never felt that before." My sister and my mom just like stare at me, like, I was like, "What?" They were like, my mom was like, I was like, because I'm not gonna get all crazy and be like, "Oh my God, it's it," and have it not be it. So the night goes on. Nothing had happened after that for a while. We get our Chinese food because we're sitting at dinner, and all of a sudden, I'm feeling pains. I'm not hungry. I'm just hurting. So I'm like, oh boy. And it's very, it comes and goes. And I'm like, oh my God, are these contractions? And they're not so bad. And I'm like, this is, I can do this. I can do this. I can handle this. So I'm telling my mom, and my mom's like, my mom ran downstairs, and she got me a yoga ball. It's just one of those humongous blown-up balls that you can do acrobatic stuff on and, work out on if you want. But I decided to roll back and forth on it.
I was going back and forth, and I was focusing on breathing. I remember like it was yesterday. I was sitting there going back and forth, focusing on my breathing.
And that did help. Another thing that helped me a lot was bending over and just kind of like leaning downwards. I don't know what it was, but in the beginning that was something that really calmed me. My mom's telling me to call the doctor. So I call the doctor, and she's like, okay, well, maybe you should come in. We'll check you. And I said, okay. So, I didn't decide to rush because I knew the contractions were really far apart. I wasn't going to, rush it because they do send you home. So I decided to roll around more to see if I could get the baby to move. I wanted to calm myself down. I didn't want to get too excited, make her too excited. I just wanted to, I wanted it to be relaxing as it could be for that time being. Got my hospital bag from my apartment. I called my boyfriend because my boyfriend wasn't with us. He was actually fixing his friend's car, and he wasn't answering his phone. So guys, I'm hormonal and having contractions, and just picture it being like on your period and somebody pisses you off. So I'm like,
He's really not so angry.
but I call his friend that he was with, and I'm like, Frankie? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, can you put Brennan on the phone? He goes, why? And I said, because I think I'm having a baby. And he goes, what? So Brennan takes the phone. He's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I think this is it. So he gets whatever he needed to get done as fast as he could, and he needs us at the hospital we went to. So we get to the hospital, and they put me in a gown. They check me. They check the baby's heartbeat. The baby's heartbeat's fine, but I am only like maybe 2 centimeters, maybe dilated, and that's like nothing. They were like, yeah, we can't really, you're still it could be another week or so, so we'll keep you here for an hour, do some laps, walk around, and we'll see if you progress at all, and if you do, then we'll keep you, but if you don't, we'll just send you home, and, you shouldn't expect anything crazy because, like, it's still early yet. I think I was 39 weeks, so I still had time, like a lot of people say, because this is your first baby, you really don't know when, and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. So for an hour, we did laps. I did squats in the hallway. I loved doing the squats. Anytime I got a contraction, I just started doing squats because it got my mind off of the pain of my belly and started working on my legs and my booty, girl, because it had to be done. And I get back to the room, I get checked, and I'm still at 2. They're like, yeah, we're going to send you home. We really, this woman in triage was the sweetest nurse. I don't remember her name, but she was the nicest lady, and I was just like, I was so bummed because I felt like I did something wrong. She was like, since this is your first baby, it could take a while. It could be tomorrow. You never know. She's like, don't get discouraged. It'll come when she'll come when she's supposed to come. And I was like, okay. So she made me feel so much better about the situation. I asked her, what am I going to do about these cramps? And she said to me, okay, go home, take Tylenol PM. And at that time, my contractions were still far apart, but I was definitely feeling them. Like, it was not comfortable. You could not sleep through that. It was bad. So she said, Tylenol PM, go home, lay down, sleep, relax. We get home, I feel so upset. I felt upset for my boyfriend because, he rushed all the way there. And I felt upset for my family because they were there. We were all getting really excited. And it's not like it was my fault. It's not like it was the baby's fault. It just wasn't the time. So, you got to wait for these things to happen. I was like, I'm just going to go to bed. I'm going to take my Tylenol PM, and I'm just going to go to bed. I'm tired. It's been a long day. I mean, mind you, I just had my shower. I was undoing things all day, and at 39 weeks pregnant, that's a lot to be doing in one day. So I slept. The next morning comes, and I'm lying there, and it's like 8, and I open my eyes. So I was like, I jumped out of bed, and that was normal. That's a normal morning. But when I stood up and water just it's a very odd feeling. I was like, am I peeing my pants right now? I was sitting there, and my pants were getting soaked, and so I'm sprinting to the bathroom with me and my big belly. I'm like, trying to get down the hallway so it's not getting all over the floor. I went through my nesting phase, and girl, we wiped that house clean. So, no juices on that floor. I ran to the bathroom. And I don't remember a smell, so if you guys are worried about that, I don't remember a smell, and even then, you're not worried about it at that time anyway. I'm in the bathroom, I am drenched with kakalaka, yuck, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait, that wasn't pee, because I didn't, my body consciously, I didn't, let that go, I wasn't like, okay, my bladder feels empty, I still had to pee, so I was sitting peeing, and there was other fluid dispersing as well, and you can tell, you can feel the difference, so you're like, oh my god, what? And I was like, I think that's my water.
My water just broke. I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, I'm sitting on the toilet getting all excited. I'm like, oh my god, my water broke. Oh my god.
So I'm waiting. This is something I suggest to everyone out there. When that happened, my water breaking, I suggest to everybody get super, when you're close to getting your baby coming, the whole water breaking situation's going to happen soon, get super thick pads. From Walmart, Target, wherever you get your pads from. If you ever get pads, if you haven't gotten pads, get pads. Get them. I suggest it 110%. Because once that happened, I stuck, I only had the little ones, not the nighttime ones, but the little ones. So I took 2 of the little ones and stuck them in my underwear. So it was a big boat in my undies. And it lasted me all the way up until the hospital. And if you guys never had a baby, it continues to come out. It doesn't stop. It's not like, oh, okay, your water broke. No, it's like, it just keeps coming. It keeps coming. So, on the toilet, get up, I wake myself up, do the pad thing, and I go into the bedroom, and I'm like shaking my boyfriend. I'm like, get up. He's the heaviest sleeper. So I wake him up finally. He's like, what? And I'm like, my water broke. And he's like, are you sure? And I was like, yes, I'm sure. This is it. And I'm going to fix my bun as we're talking because it's not poopy enough for me. So he said, are you sure? And I said, yes, I'm sure this is it. And he's like, okay, give me 30 minutes. And I was like, what? He was like, nothing's going to happen within 30 minutes. I'm going to sleep a little longer. Give me 30 minutes. And I said, okay, because it was going to take me a while to get my stuff together anyway, to make sure I have everything I wanted. You know, I wanted to pack more pads because that was my saving grace. So packed everything up. I wake him back up, and I'm like, we got to go. My contractions hurt. I want to get in the car, and I want to get going so I don't have a contraction in the car. We're in the car, and I feel it coming on, and I'm sitting there doing my mascara like, I wanted to at least have something on my face, just because, you know, you get pictures taken while you're in these situations, and you're like, I just want to look semi-cute. I know I'm going to look fat, but I might as well have my makeup done. We get there, do the whole shebang, get into triage, and they're like, yeah, you're dilated. We'll get you into a room. I think you're having a baby today. And I'm like, yes! So, while I was pregnant, a girl suggested to me to get the bath, the tub thing in your room. At the hospital I was at, they only had one room with a tub, guys. And it's not like, if somebody already had it, too bad, you don't get it. So I was like, I need to request room 7. Like, that is the room I want. So I asked the nurse, and she was like, I mean, I guess. She wasn't the nicest person in the world. I didn't like her, the one I ended up getting that day. She was not a nice lady. So I get into room 7, and I'm sitting there, and the contractions are coming, and they're coming heavier and harder, and I'm like, oh my god. And I didn't want to get an epidural right away because I wanted to see if I could, you know, hold it long enough, and I didn't want to get an epidural too early and have it wear off. So I was like trying to find the perfect time. I was like, all right, you know what, I'm going to get into the bath because somebody said, you know, it was my saving grace. They said that to me, and I was like, okay, well, I'll try it. So I get in, and we're filling the tub, and I'm lying in there, and I'm like, oh my god, okay. When I'm getting my contractions, I'm just trying to breathe. I'm like, I can feel them right now as I'm talking. Like, I'm just like trying to relax. The tub's filling up. And I'm like, okay, I think we need to turn off the tub before it overflows.
The tub broke.
Oh my god. I was sitting in the tub, and it's filling, and it's getting higher and higher. And I'm like, okay, guys, can we turn it off? And they can't get it to turn off. And there's like 10 nurses in there trying to like move the handle to turn it off, and it wouldn't turn off. And finally, just as water started pouring over, they turned it off. And I'm like, I'm getting out of here. I can't take it. It was more stressful than it was helpful. So I was like, I need to get out of here. Get me out of here. And at this point, I am in a sports bra, and they put a wrap, like almost like an ace bandage. So I used that as like my little skirt because I didn't feel like having undies on because water was just coming out of every which way, and I just didn't care. So I had that on as like a little skirt and my sports bra. So I get back in bed, and people are coming in asking me how I'm feeling. I'm like, I'm great. I'm like, I just don't know, like, what do I say? Yeah, I'm having a baby, so how do you think I feel? At that point, you know, I said, I need an epidural. Like, I can't go any farther. This is extremely painful. Like, can we just give me an epidural? They said yes. They moved me to another room. The girl comes in to do my epidural. I'm lying. The girl goes, okay, wrap your arms around my back. She was standing in front of me, so I did that. And I literally go, I'm going to put my face in your boobs, okay? And I literally put my face in her boobs because that's what they tell you to do. They tell you to lean forward and put your head down. But her boobs were huge, so I'm like, just get ready. So I did that. And all of a sudden she goes, the woman puts the thing into my back, goes, oops. I was like,
Oops! What do you mean, oops?
and she was like, I just gotta do it again. So she pokes my back again. I was like, okay. So they get the epidural and everything's going swimmingly. And I'm pressing the button like a mad woman. And guys, after the epidural, I swear my labor was amazing. So we're up to like 8 a.m. when I woke up, around like 9-ish when we got there. And now we're up to around like probably 2:30 in the afternoon. My don't feel a thing now. The epidural took away all my pain, any feeling of contraction. I never felt it. They did put me on Pitocin, which if you don't know, that speeds up, the process a little bit. From that moment on, I was pretty, everything was fine until this is where it got weird. This is where you're like, oh shit, I can't turn back moment. My butthole feels like it's going to fall the F out. Like, it felt like the inside of my booty was gonna just, ow. Not like I'm gonna shit myself, but it felt like the whole, like, it was just gonna concave the other way. Like I was gonna be sucked into my butthole.
It was so much pressure on it. Just picture your butt and like, ugh, ugh. It hurt. So I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
And so my mom goes, no, that's what you're supposed to feel. She was telling me, like, this is like, she's close. So my doctor comes in and she goes, oh yeah, you're very close. She's getting ready. And I was like, oh my god, that was the moment I wanted to get up and be like, no, she's not. I'm not doing this. And like get up and walk away. Because guys, that's scary when you're in that position. You're like, because you feel her coming down and you're like, oh my god, the pressure's insane. And that's not even the beginning. So I was sitting there and I'm like, and then it came back, I brushed her in my butt. I was like, oh my god, is she gonna come out my ass? And she was like, no, but that's where you're feeling her. I'm like, I'm sitting there on my back. A lot of people like to, go on their knees or stand up. I was on my back with my legs up. I think my mom was holding my left leg and my boyfriend was holding my right. And my boyfriend did watch, shout out to B, because he watched the whole thing. I was like, and a lot of girls are like, how did you let him do that? And I was like, girl, at that time I didn't care who was there. The Queen of Sheba could have been there and it wouldn't have fazed me. I just wanted her out. So I'm sitting there and she says, we're about 3:15 now. We're like, because everyone's starting to get everything ready and, they're bringing the stuff in for her for when she was born to put her on and like the weigher and everything like that. So we're at like 3:15. 15 minutes of pushing, I think 7 pushes, and she was out. So I'm lying there and they say push. Now a lot of people, I did not know what to expect, and a lot of people said don't push through your face. And I had to figure that out for myself when it came time to push. They said, okay, go ahead and start pushing. So my legs are up in the air and I just leaned back and I almost made it feel like I'm like trying to do it as I'm sitting here. I almost made it feel like I was doing a crunch. You know how you squeeze your tummy really tight and then you almost fart because you're squeezing it so tight? That's how I did it. Some people do poop when they have babies. I did not, luckily, thank the Lord, but apparently some people do. So I am pushing. I let it go. They let me breathe. And I kept doing it. I did it for 7 pushes for 15 minutes. And guys, that baby was out of there. So after she came out, I'm holding her, but it's not done for you yet. You're holding that baby and your legs are straight up in the air, girl. And you are getting your placenta taken out of you. And you are, getting all sewn up if you got, any tearing going on. So there's a lot still happening down there, even though you're all done. But there was nothing that could compare to that moment. That's a moment he became a father, I became a mother, my mom became a grandma, his mom became my nana. Like, so many moments happened in that 1 second that I was so overwhelmed with emotion. And like I said, I'm going to try to get pictures that, like, I just started uncontrollably crying. And some people don't feel that, undivided love right away, but I did. There was nothing that could take me away from her. Like, it was incredible.
I'm not going to start crying, so I'm going to, so hold on, we're going to wait.
So, after that, they bring me out of delivery room and bring me to, a next day room. So it's just like a normal hospital room. If you've never been in a hospital, it's just a room with a bed and a bathroom with a shower. This is the fun part I get to tell you guys all about. So the next 2 days I spent in this place were gruesome. Gruesome, not because of the staff, not because of anything else, just because of my body. My body did not like me, and adjusting to having to feed her you know, my boobs. Okay, so my boobs were like 10 times this size. She sucked the life out of them. They were like huge. If I can get the picture out, I'll show you. I was breastfeeding her, and her head is actually smaller than the size of my boobs, so it's crazy. And she's got a big noggin. I get up to the room, and, you know, I'm getting all my stuff unpacked. I'm like, I want to just get out of whatever I was in. I want to take a shower. I want to get, like, ugh, I feel gross. Because, you know, you sweat, your hair is all matted, you know, everything, it just feels disgusting. You've had juices on you never knew you had. They give you, so before I get in the shower, I go to the bathroom usually. They give you this little squirt bottle. So it's like this with a little nozzle on it, and you can squirt out of it like a little squirter. That right there is your holy grail item. Holy grail. When you have a baby, that item right there, that and cold water, my friends. When you go to the bathroom, the pain you feel is pressure plus, you know, burning plus booty hurting. It all hurts because something big just came out of the woo-ha. So this cools it down. It relieves any aching. It's like putting an ice pack on a wound, you know. It feels like it takes that burn away, that hurt away. So that little squirter, guys, that is what you need. So taking a shower, I get done with that. I literally put a bag of ice in my pants and sat on it. That's how sore I was. A bag of ice, and I sat on it. Like, I spread my legs and purposefully sat myself to sit on the bag of ice. Not on my butt, on my vajaja. Like, sit on it, sort of thing. I'm sitting on the ice, and I'm like, my boyfriend's like, you okay? And I'm like,
It really hurts.
and he was like, well, baby did just come out of there. And I'm like, mm-hmm. So then a lactation specialist comes in, and she's telling us, you know, the nurse is with her, and the nurse is saying, so no sex with each other for 6 weeks. And my boyfriend was like, after seeing that, I don't think I'll need sex for 6 weeks. And I was like, and the lactation specialist is like, okay, now this is the time where we're going to start breastfeeding. And as she was breastfeeding with me, I was eating a quarter pounder from McDonald's and my french fries, and there was stuff getting all over my baby, but, like, you know, I'd whip it away. It was fine. So I'm feeding my baby, and that is the second most painful thing, other than down there, the second most painful thing I felt during this whole experience. During the labor, I did not feel pain. It was more pressure, but the aftermath, I felt pain almost everywhere. But the two worst pains that I felt was down there once the epidural wore off, and my nipples. Girl, she tore them up, girl. They were bleeding. And the woman was like, well, then you're not doing it right. She was trying to adjust her, and she's like, oh, she just doesn't want to grab correctly. Well, as long as she's getting milk, it shouldn't matter.
Okay. Of course I'm going to do whatever I can to feed my baby, but come on, girls. Jeez. They need to be saved too.
So, I finally started getting the hang of it. Yes, it was so painful every time she'd relatch, but we made it work. Me and her found a rhythm. You know, I finally got her to latch correctly. My boobs started hurting so much to the point that they didn't hurt anymore. I got this nipple cream stuff. It was crazy. My boyfriend was allowed in the room to stay overnight, obviously, and he helped so much, and I couldn't have done it without him. But guys, through this whole experience, you know, I know firsthand how anxious and how scared and how badly you want it to be over and how you want to go through it and you want to meet your baby, but don't rush it because once it's over, it's like that, and then it runs away from you. I know some people do it once and they're like, I'm done. I would love to have another baby, of course, when I'm ready, but like, there was nothing more incredible than that moment in my life. And, you know, some people are always saying, you know, I don't know what the meaning is in life. And to me, I used to think that way, and then she came and I was like, that is the meaning. That's what I'm here for. It's a really emotional moment, and it's beautiful, but don't do it until you're ready, and don't, you know, and if you're not ready and it's happening, love it. Love it for what it is, and make it something beautiful. Make something beautiful out of it. Don't be so quick to judge it, and don't let people be so quick to judge you. They don't know anything. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know where you're going. They don't know what your plan is. And through that labor and delivery for me, you know, it was a crazy one. It definitely had its ups and its downs, but it was beautiful. Oh, who that? Can you say hi? Can you blow a kiss? Oh, we're gonna dance.
Brush.
Brush? All right. Put it on your face, like Mommy showed you. Gonna brush it. Oh, she wants another one. She wants her other one. Oh, so pretty. Guys, they are clean, so don't worry. I just cleaned them. She's been playing with them all morning. Huh. Can you say hi? She just woke up, so she's super tired. Woohoo! I love this little dress on her, guys. Look at how stinking cute it is. Stand up. Oh, I love you. Yeah. Bye-bye. Good. You're gonna blow keys. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.